The next wave of chaos. Port Charles faces twisted revelations and rising temptations. As summer scorches Port Charles, the temperature inside General Hospital and its surrounding corners is reaching critical levels. Between hidden agendas, emotional farewells, covert investigations, and dangerous liaisons, the residents of this ever-tumultuous town are bracing for seismic shifts. From July 14 to 25, the drama escalates rapidly, touching nearly every core family and leaving no character unscathed. At the center of the storm? A spiraling Willow Tate, an exposed WSB operative, and a long-lost connection between a grieving child and a woman presumed gone forever. The first tremors arrive in the form of Natalia Ramirez's memorial. What should have been a solemn tribute quickly devolves into a hotbed of tension. The grieving process is complicated by unresolved grudges, especially for Marco Rios, who grows increasingly convinced that Sonny Corinthos is the root of his family's sorrow. The sense of justice Marco seeks is personal, and his methods are veering into dangerous territory. Lucas Jones, sensing the instability brewing in Marco, grows more concerned with each passing hour. He fears not only for his own safety but for the ripple effect Marco's vendetta could have on Sonny's already fragile empire. Meanwhile, Sonny's grip on power faces a new kind of threat in the form of a familiar name with an unfamiliar face: Vaughn. When Anna Devane initiates a quiet but thorough background check on the enigmatic man, the results crack open a door she's long kept closed: the WSB. Vaughn's records show more than just redacted operations. They bleed espionage, deception, and a link to a long-dormant investigation into Professor Henry, Hank, Dalton. Dalton, a name that has hovered at the periphery of Port Charles's most guarded secrets, may finally be stepping into the light, but the question remains: is Vaughn pursuing Dalton, or is he shielding him? Anna's instincts are rarely wrong. Her request for assistance from Carly Spencer isn't just idle curiosity, it's a strategic move to triangulate Jack Brennan's real motives. Brennan, known for navigating treacherous terrain with velvet gloves, may be orchestrating something much darker beneath the surface. Carly, ever the reluctant informant, finds herself reluctantly drawn into a game of spies, not for patriotism, but to protect those she loves. The emotional powder keg ignites when Sasha Gilmore Corbin, Michael Corinthos, and young Daisy come face to face with Willow Tate. Though the encounter appears coincidental, it opens a wound that has never truly healed. Willow, whose increasingly erratic behavior has drawn whispers and worried glances, is about to be confronted with a decision that could end her manipulative spiral, or plunge her further into madness. News that Sasha is preparing to leave town with Daisy rattles her to the core. Her obsession with retaining control over Sasha's maternal bond has clouded her judgment, and now the consequences loom large. Willow's efforts to interfere, possibly even using the infamous crib confusion incident to sow doubt, are teetering on exposure. As Sasha begins to question the strange coincidences and mounting incidents tied to Willow, a chilling possibility sets in. The woman once seen as a pillar of compassion may be unraveling. The air around the Quartermain mansion has grown heavy, not just with secrets, but with dread. Willow's actions are no longer rooted in love, they're veering toward possession. As Michael contemplates a life-altering decision, perhaps offering Sasha a reason to stay or a safeguard from Willow, he must weigh loyalty against morality. His judgment may very well determine whether Sasha and Daisy leave Port Charles safely or if they fall victim to a breakdown that's spiraling out of control. Amidst this psychological minefield, Sonny contemplates a strategic retreat. Carly, sensing the danger closing in, urges him to disappear, at least temporarily, to his private island. Distance, she believes, may offer clarity and safety. But Sonny is no stranger to sacrifice. And if he flees now, he risks losing not only power but his place among those he swore to protect. Parallel to these domestic reckonings, Drew Kane prepares his next move, targeting Nina Reeves with a precision she never saw coming. With the ghosts of Jacinda's disappearance still whispering threats, Drew uses leverage from Nina's past to press her into silence, or submission. Nina, already reeling from fractured relationships, finds herself cornered once again, forced to choose between public disgrace and quiet compliance. But perhaps the most poignant arc during this period belongs to Dante Falconeri. When he stumbles upon a strange email exchange between his son, Rocco, and Liesl Albrecht, something shifts. Liesl, long absent and presumed unreachable, reaches back through cyberspace with an invitation, a moment of connection, long overdue. Their plan is simple: a quiet meeting over coffee, a conversation about the past, about Britt Westbourne, and about the strange vacuum her absence has left behind. That vacuum, however, may be filled sooner than anyone expected. All signs are pointing to a shocking re-entry of Kelly Thibaud, and whispers behind the scenes hint that Britt may not be as gone as presumed. Whether the woman returning is truly Britt or a genetically engineered copy tied to Professor Dalton's clandestine experiments is a mystery that could change the very foundation of the hospital, and redefine what it means to live again in Port Charles. Simultaneously, Emma Scorpio Drake inches closer to a lab breach. As the daughter of legacy and science, her curiosity is driven by more than just rebellion. It's an inherited mission to expose the truth. The puzzle she's assembling points directly to Dalton's secret cloning research. If successful, her discovery could peel back layers of deception that have cloaked the town in mystery for far too long. And if Britt's return is the first evidence of Dalton's success, Port Charles must brace itself for the moral and scientific reckoning that follows. But not all entanglements are rooted in laboratories or courtrooms. Portia Robinson finds herself on the edge of a different kind of disaster. Her connection to Isaiah Gannon, emotional, electric, and deeply forbidden, has grown harder to ignore. In a world where temptation is rarely without consequence, Portia faces the possibility of crossing the point of no return. If she succumbs, the fallout could be catastrophic for her marriage, her daughter, and her own sense of self. The next 2 weeks promise to rattle every pillar of Port Charles's power structure. Lies long buried claw their way to the surface, ghosts reappear with new faces, and the line between science and soul blurs beyond recognition. In this city of secrets, every action ripples, every betrayal echoes, and no one walks away untouched.